Now we're going to create some labels on top of the surface we've created. Civil site design labels are dynamic, which means that they will update as the reference, which could be a surface or it could be a string or an alignment, is changed. That label will update. So to get started, we'll go to the Surfaces tab, Labels panel, and click on Label Plan. And Civil 3D users can go to the Roads tab, again to the Labels panel, and click on Label Plan there. Once the form opens, we can choose from a variety of different labeling options. So we've got the options to label the surfaces, alignments, strings, and pipe network. So we're going to keep this simple. We're just simply going to label the surface, NS, with some single elevations. So we're going to double click on the top entry. In the form, we need to provide any labels that we're now going to create with a name, because they're going to go into their own little group. So we're going to call these surface labels. Next, we choose a label style. Now, we're just simply going to choose the following one from the list. Then we choose a surface we would like to label. Now, in this instance, we only have one surface, that's the NS, so we're going to pick that from the list. We do have the option of picking a second surface if we had one. So if we wanted to undertake, say, labeling with cut and fill, we would be able to use that. All we now do simply is click on Add Labels. We're going to zoom into lot 200. And simply just left click wherever you want within that lot, and as you see, every time you left click you'll be generating a little civil site design label. All you need to do is press enter to finish. What we're going to do is, just to make life easy here so we can see what's going on the screen, I'm going to just park the form to the left hand side and then just use the zoom button in the bottom right hand corner to pan the display over to one side and just press escape to finish. The style that we chose for all of these labels can be overridden. So if we go and pick an alternative label style, say the one shown here, all of those labels will update to display that particular style. Now if you want to override an individual label, you can do that. So the first label we applied, label 1, we can go in and change the style specifically for that particular label, strike update display in the bottom left hand corner, and that label updates. Now, if you're never too sure where your labels are or where a particular label is displayed on screen, you can simply select the number of the label that's being displayed and then use the zoom button down the bottom of the form, and that will zoom the label to the center of the screen. There is an auto zoom button here as well, which basically means that every time we select a new label from the cells on the left hand side here, the software will automatically zoom to that label for us. The labels themselves are drawn to the drawing scale, so the style, which we'll cover later on, is controlled by us, and we control how high the text is or how large the text is, but then the scale of that particular piece of text is controlled by the drawing scale. However, we can also override that and provide our own user scale if we wish. Let's go back to the Labels tab. Now we'll look at how we can make edits to our labels through this form and also via some other techniques using the ribbon.